Did I finally build Dr. Eggman? Yes. Did he lose terribly? Absolutely. Let's talk about what happened at Commander Night. I know what they do, but I don't know how they win, and that's where I get stuck. I don't know. That's just how my brain works. I call it my Bruno Mars deck. Treasure. Yeah, don't want to sing too much. I don't know if it'll get flagged. Scratch both of those. I'm not building either of those anymore. Proxy it? I don't know. I have no idea actually. First things first, welcome to Commander Debrief. It's coming a little bit later this week because Commander didn't happen until Sunday night because of how this weekend was just kind of bonkers. Anywho, let's jump right into it. Remember to like and subscribe and press all the buttons down below. Stay in tune because we got a lot of good content coming your way. Let's fix that bandana. All right, we're good to go. So, let's move on to what happened at Commander Night. First up, we're going to talk about Dr. Eggman. Been wanting to build this deck since I got the secret layer. I bought the secret layer because I wanted to build Dr. Eggman. So I've been collecting cards here and there because EOE came out, Edge of Eternities. But as I looked through the cards, I realized I wanted to do constructs because I really wanted to run all the Gear Hulks in those colors and get all the pretty arts if I can, which I have not. So yeah, I just wanted to build the construct heavy deck where Eggman lets him cheat out constructs every turn. And if you're playing in a 4-pod, you can get up to 3. Usually, you think in your head you're gonna get at least 1, right? So these costly artifacts are coming in real cheap. However, the mana base was perfectly fine. I got Eggman out on curve. No, I think I got him out 1 turn early. I got him out on turn 4. And I had a couple of constructs in my hand to play, including Ruin Grinder, which was, everybody was like, whoa, how'd you get a 7/4 on the battlefield? And I had to keep explaining how Eggman works, even though I went through it, at least 3 other times. But after that turn, nothing happened. I wasn't able to keep enough constructs in my hand. Like, after I put 1 or 2 down, play 1 or 2 cards, I was short and I'm only down to 2 or 3 cards. Eggman lets you draw a card at the end of your turn, yes. However, it wasn't enough card draw to keep things moving. And like, I really want this deck to work. I don't know if it'll be my premier Grixis deck. I already have another Grixis deck that works really well. I don't know. What do you guys think? I might maybe try a different approach, just like free artifacts in general. But I just, my biggest problem is I don't know how these decks win. I know what they do, but I don't know how they win, and that's where I get stuck, because I'll build the deck where I can get free artifacts all day, but all I'm doing is getting myself free artifacts with no actual win con, other than maybe a beatdown kind of thing. But if it's a beatdown kind of deck, shouldn't I be trying to do other situations to optimize the beat? I don't know. That's just how my brain works. What would you guys do differently than just make it a full-on artifact deck? Okay, so game 2, we played Vihan. I think it did okay. We managed to get out Knuckles very early in Garrett's wake. After that, it never really picked up. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with that deck. Some cards that I'm considering putting in. Shadow, because if I attack with the treasures, I can possibly draw a card, Split second removal also with the treasure mana. I'm thinking about adding Kimball, I think it's Kimball, possibly more treasures because everybody's always making treasures. I'll get the treasures when you make treasures, so now I got more creatures to attack with on my turn. Also, more blockers if you're creating like token creatures. If you create 5/1/1 soldiers, I get 5, they're tapped, but I'll have 5/1/1 soldiers next turn, right? Also, thinking about bringing in Teysa to give my constructs lifelink. That would be cool. They already have vigilance, but the lifelink would be good. And the death trigger, maybe if Pitless Plunderer enters the battlefield. We'll see. Talise would be also good to protect the board state. I'm making flyers every time I make treasures, and that'll be good. Also, Ruinous Ultimatum. It's just another in Garrett's Wake effect that I think would go really good, just destroying everything you guys have and then being able to attack at will with my treasures there. Yeah, what do you guys think? Where should I lean? Are there other cards I should consider? I might already have some of them in the deck, but let me know what you guys think about Vihan. I call it my Bruno Mars deck. Treasure. Yeah, don't want to sing too much. I don't know if it'll get flagged. Anywho, let's talk about the decks that I'm currently building. Okay, last week I told you I was building Maelstrom Wanderer and Jork Dean. Scratch both of those. I'm not building either of those anymore. My elemental deck, I think I'm gonna go Kalamax, and then for my red and white artifact deck, Sami made the cut. If you're watching, Sami's gonna be the one. That affinity, I just can't get away from it. I haven't been able to pinpoint the exact strategy yet, so let's talk about Kalamax first. I really am just thinking about instant speeds and copying Kalamax with other elemental effects, if that makes sense. So the one elemental that says triggered abilities trigger twice, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of copies of that. When I cast an instant spell that copies something, I'll double it because of Kalamax, and I'm just creating, elemental, copies all day, every day. So hopefully that works. I'll tell you how that comes out. I don't really have a set strategy on exactly how I'm gonna do it. That's just kind of on the back burner, but Sami is on the forefront of my mind. Let's talk about how I'm gonna work that out. I'm gonna go straight with Sami being affinity for artifacts. So what's the win con? I'm thinking we're just gonna go artifact anthems. So cards like Legion Loyalty are gonna be crazy in this deck because I'm only gonna have to pay 2 mana to put it on the battlefield, and then all of my creatures are gonna double when they attack. I'll probably put Cybermen Squadron in there as well. It's already in my Aloy deck, so I'll take it out of there, maybe put it in there, not sure yet, maybe just get another one, proxy it. Legion Loyalty, first thing I want to make sure that we can possibly get out, that Depth Shaker Titan that I was talking about earlier. We want to get that front and center, and I got a lot of other cards that are giving my creatures haste when they enter. There's a Perforos in there, there's a Tanuk in there. A lot of good cards that when they come out, these artifacts that have all these other abilities that can protect the board, like the Soul of New Phyrexia in there. We'll have the Esper Sentinel in there. Just a lot of those Wake the Past, a lot of those traditional Boros artifact good stuff is kind of how I want it to be, and we want to win by going wide and big at the same time. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think, what you would do differently. Are there cards I'm forgetting about with Sami? Are there cards I should consider with Kalamax? What do you guys think about the 2 decks that I already put together? Should Eggman just get out of there and just possibly go into another deck? Maybe build Brea where I can incorporate some other kind of artifact situations? I don't know. I have no idea, actually. You guys, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff, share it with somebody. We're doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. I appreciate everybody for watching. Just remember, build the play, respect the table, win by creating. See you next time.